think so.
Hey, can you do me, is there any way you could find, I can ask her. I'll ask her. I just got to get her person's name. Hold on, she told me on here.
She said they were set today at 10 a.m.
Okay. I haven't had them yet anyway, so we're good. Okay. Ho, 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 ho. Good morning, Al Hindman, the magistrate. Today's the date and time set for Raymond's at Van Buren. It appears we have Belleville PD at Van Buren, correct? And we have Van Buren at Van Buren. So yes, we have an in-house MIDC attorney present. I want to pop another attorney in just for a second to take care of something real quick. Good morning.
Magistrate Hindman, how are you?
Still here and tired of being part of the current event that might end tomorrow.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be here for a little while.
Right. You're pretrial steward, correct?
Yes.
I have one person that's not identified. Have you spoke with your client?
I have, and that's probably her. She's in the waiting room.
All right. I've got a Van Buren arraignment going on. As soon as I wrap it up, I'll cut right back to you, okay?
Okay.
Thanks. All right, Jeff, we're going to move forward. Your appearance for your client.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with the defendants.
And that's going to be Calvin Howard, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Officer Calvin Howard is present.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is a felony complaint with an alleged offense date of February 28th this year, Bemis at Martinsville. Jeffrey, go ahead.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of with Mr. Howard. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for arraignment in this matter. We would waive formal reading, stand mute, ask the court to respectfully enter a not guilty plea.
Mr. Howard, you're in agreement with that, correct?
Yes, sir.
I've entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf. I've waived the formal reading. We're at the bond portion of this. For my bond purposes, I want to go on the record to say that this is operating with a high BAC with a third offense and operating while intoxicated with count 2 with the third offense notice that turns it into the felony. Jeffrey, as comments to bond, go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Howard is a 36-year-old individual. He presently resides on Ash Drive in Belleville. He's been there about a year. He presently works for Troy Manufacturing and Design. He's been with them about a month. Prior to that, he was an employee of Art Van before they closed down. Your Honor, he has presently been incarcerated for 3 weeks. The majority of that was on a sentence from another court for failure to pay, but he has presently been incarcerated for 3 weeks. He does, I believe, Your Honor, he's not on probation or parole, but he may have warrants out of Farmington and Garden City. But considering his length of time of incarceration, even though it wasn't on this case, I was hoping the court might consider a personal bond and let Mr. Howard see if he can go back to Troy Manufacturing and Design.
Mr. Howard, these are serious charges, and I'm kind of shocked at the bond recommendation, and I usually do not do personal bonds on operating while intoxicated third offense. And I say that because bond's not a penalty. Bond's to guarantee that you show up in court, which this has an offense date of February 28th of 2020. The first question I want to ask is, where have you been?
Just working, trying to catch up on bills, and just trying to get my life back on the right track, and trying to take care of old tickets that I had. Like the first case where it led to a third
No,
offense.
I'm just asking, why didn't you take care of this case? Why are you in custody?
Oh, I was trying to reach out to the courts, but the courts kept being closed, and I didn't receive anything in the mail. So I was just waiting on something I received in the mail until the courts open back up.
Well, reluctantly, I'm going to release you on a $5,000 personal bond on this case, officer case number 201207. The probable cause hearings on November 9th, 2020 this year, 10:30 a.m. here at the 34th District Court. It's likely going to be the same way by Zoom. Your bond, you cannot purchase, consume, or possess any mood-altering substance, including alcohol. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That wraps up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calvin. Oh.
Sign right there. Let me see that.
Calvin, your next case, you have another case.
Oh.
This is a driving while license suspended case that occurred in the city of Belleville. Jeffrey, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Schedule the matter for a pretrial to be determined.
What's the case number on that, Judge?
Case number 201404.
Thank you, Judge.
I've entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf, Mr. Howard. Your bond on this case is $3,000.
Personal, Judge.
Personal.
Thank you.
We're not done. Mr. Howard, you have 3 civil infractions with outstanding balances. You owe $245 on unauthorized improper use of lights in the city of Belleville on May 22nd of 2020. That occurred. Same date, preliminary breath test refusal. City of Belleville, outstanding balance $275. And the last one being a no proof of insurance civil infraction that occurred on the 22nd of May, City of Belleville, outstanding balance $315. The court is always open to payments. It's in your best interest to make a payment plan with the court. What's your cell number, Mr. Howard?
It's 313-687-3292.
The court's going to contact you to set up a payment plan. I highly suggest you take that call. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
That finally wraps up Mr. Howard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I lost Andy. Ho, ho, ho. Mr. Howard again.
Yes.
What is your cell number again?
Yes, it's 313-687-3292.
All right, you're all set.
All right, thank you.
Traveris Tyree Young. State your full name for the record.
Tavares Tyree Young.
Mr. Young, you have a case before the court. It's you pled with Judge Oakley on this case. There's an outstanding balance of $821 for possession of marijuana and expired license plate. It's a state case. Jeffrey, go ahead.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of with Mr. Young. Your Honor, we would waive any formal reading, even though we understand the matters of the case. Stand mute, enter a not guilty plea. But I have spoken to Mr. Young about these proceedings, Your Honor. He is prepared to get on another payment plan if the court will allow him.
Mr. Young, what's your cell number?
313-241-2581. Did you get that?
Your Honor, Mr. Young is presently employed at the Sweetwater Express. He's been in the process of paying up all of his old tickets pretty successfully. The only thing really that remains is a matter out of Dearborn and Romulus.
I think we dropped him, Jeff.
Beg your pardon?
Not sure if the judge is with us any longer.
Oh, okay. Kind of fell on deaf ears then, didn't it?
Yeah. It's good rehearsal.
How'd I sound?
Excellent.
Convincing?
Yes, sir.
He should get a personal bond. You have to buy him lunch now, huh?
Right. He can bring chicken in for you.
Cool.
As long as y'all like it spicy.
Mm-hmm.
You ever tried Sweetwater, Jim?
No. Is that the one right there on self-service front?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
No. They're only located, there's one in Detroit, one in Southfield, and one in like one of the casinos downtown.
Okay.
Gus's is like, have you tried Gus's?
Is that the one in Ipsy?
That's in Westland.
On Ford Road?
I was on the news with them.
I've seen it. I have not tried it. It's good.
Really spicy.
I don't know if we need to log back in, Jeff, or,
Oh, no. Judge will be back with us in a second.
okay.
He's probably just clearing up something. He knows we're here.
What do you get at Gus's?
You can get a 3-piece white meal, and that comes with because their breasts are ridiculously big. It comes with like a breast, 2 wings, and you can choose your sides, being like wedges or macaroni and cheese or baked
It's all
beans.
roasted?
Is
Is it roasted?
what, the chicken? No, it's fried.
Fried?
You guys talking about a good chicken place?
He's got me thinking now.
I've been looking for a good chicken place. You got one, Mr. Young?
Gus's famous fried chicken,
Where is it?
Westland off of Ford and Wayne. Oh, I know where it's called.
Ford and Wayne?
Yep. Real spicy. G-U-S-S. Oh, G-U-S, comma, S, and then it's famous fried chicken.
What's the name of it?
Gus's famous fried chicken.
Ooh,
And you would think it's owned by 4 Jewish boys. No older than us.
Oh, damn.
That's the mind blower right there. If I have it my way by next year, I have my own landscaping company. only do brick driveways and big brick sidewalks and patios.
I'm supposed to be going to work right after I leave here.
Oh, trust me.
Hopefully outside.
Luckily,
Oh, you'd be closer.
luckily,
You'd be in Garden City.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Stop doing that.
luckily,
You got one in Garden
luckily,
City?
No, I ain't got one in Grand City. I got it in Wayne.
I took today off.
Oh, that's even closer.
They the ones that got it in y'all got it in Grand
Oh,
City.
man.
I took today off for no reason. I literally was like, yeah,
Well, you got a reason now.
yeah, nah, there's a perfect reason
You're
I
up
took
in
today
here.
off.
Man, I just hope Wayne not want me, bro. I just want to go home. Do for work.
I don't know, man. The way the coronavirus is spiking up, shit, it might not want you.
Yeah, the colder it get, the more they don't come
You just
back.
said it spiked up, what? Almost like, what, 3,000?
Something like that.
Hey, can you start sending messages out for Howard? Yes. Thank you. That virus is, yeah, it's kicked off. I bet you they got 8,000 more come today.
What happened to Al?
I don't know.
I think he got kicked off, guys. I think they're probably trying to reboot it. It happened last time I did his docket. It happened twice, where we just lost. We lost him, and then he had to just come back.
Get up and go get my tea. So if he comes back looking for me, I'll be right back.
Got it.
Okay.
Hi, Sammer.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
Good. COVID-free, by the way.
Alhamdulillah. That's good to hear, Jeff.
I went through my quarantine, never had any issues.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news. Were you busy yesterday and in the weekend, Sunday?
I did Sunday.
Yeah. How were you busy?
I had 5 defendants.
Oh, okay.
I'm 27.
On 27?
Yeah, I'll be 28 April.
So am I.
Oh.
Oh, what you?
You know, you're happy.
Shit, my daughter's birthday in February, right around your ticket.
You know, the problem is when we have IT problems, we go to Al. I don't know who Al goes to.
Hopefully it's not the same person we use.
Let me ask you a question. How long do a felony stay on your record that you charged with?
For life.
Life? Oh, dang, I know. Get it expunged, none of that?
No.
Oh, man.
You can, but
It
it depends on what it is.
7 years.
Yeah, it's a task.
7 years, you can get it expunged.
It
It
depends on what
depends,
it
it depends
is.
what it is, though.
What about, oh, then you like,
No, they're not doing those.
Oh,
they
yeah.
ain't doing those, that's life. But the first one I caught was 12 years ago. That's why I'm like, how y'all gonna charge me as a third? It's 12 years ago. They were like, the way he changed the law.
Yeah, it's for life.
Yeah, no man, he did it 50 years ago.
Yeah, my dad got
Still considered a third.
What's the old deal? What's that?
I
Operate.
wouldn't want to touch it.
Oh, so they gave me a lesser charge than that.
My dad still got a breaking and entering on his
Which one they give you?
It's almost my age.
Y'all want to touch it?
No driving line period.
They still consider it the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a drinking offense.
Driving line period, but I was, look,
Because they can give you that ticket for driving off the smoking weed too.
look, the difference is though, I wasn't even driving. The officer told me.
Since I'm here in the court, I'm gonna take a walk across the hall and see if I can find out what's happening.
Thank you, Jeff.
The officer told me to tell them I was driving, and I wasn't driving because the guy that was driving, he was fucked up. Fucked up.
So
And
they
y'all-
made you drive?
No, I didn't drive.
So how you?
We got into a car accident. Dude got into a car accident. As soon as we pulled in the driveway to see if the other person was okay, I'm in the back seat. He in the driver's seat. Cop talking to us. He looked at me. He said, "You don't want your buddy to go to jail, do you?" I said, "No, not really." He said, "Just tell them you was driving."
And you said you drive?
And
Oh,
Where was it?
You got yourself
Wayne.
a ticket.
Oh, no, you know, stop
Wayne,
You know something? What's her name?
Whose car was it?
Beth.
His car.
He got to come to court and tell him that he was driving.
Bro,
I don't like her and she don't like me.
the girl
She tried, I swear, she tried to set me up for
didn't press charges on me at all.
driving
That was
under
she
the
did.
influence and
After
almost,
his insurance
the
company
girl I was
pressed
driving with almost hit the sucker cop, almost hit Beth.
charges on him. No, she wanted to press charges on him.
We pull into the gas station, I get out at the gas station, because my original reason for needing to go to the gas station was to grab a Black and Mild. I get out
So
the
I'm trying
car,
to beat that kid from.
and as soon as I got out the car, she radioed over, get back in the vehicle, get back in the vehicle. I got back in the vehicle,
Take it to trial.
and she tried to say I was
Or
driving.
you can make him come to court. You can subpoena him to come to court and tell him he.
She telling the girl that was driving,
He says, "Come."
she crying, and she's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to. The girl's telling her she was driving and everything.
Yeah. They gonna give him with a DUI.
Beth said, it's okay, honey,
They bring your blood.
he's gonna take the blame.
They said he'd be back in a minute.
Okay, thank you.
I got hit with the blue test, and then cause first off, I passed all the other tests. Then once I blew, that's when I failed.
So you was drinking it.
Yeah, I had drink in my system, but I wasn't driving.
Right. So.
I'm in the back seat when the officer was
After
asking
you
me.
flip the case on him, then he gonna get charged with DUI because they never ran his blood. He should get charged with, the accident or whatever.
Yeah, see, and the girl came to court, said he wasn't even driving basically, and
She witnessed.
she didn't even press charges on me. After she did that, she left the court. She pressed charges on him and his insurance company.
You gotta take that to trial.
So
Yeah.
who's actually in the wrong? Not me. I didn't do nothing.
Beth took
I just
both of
admitted.
us to
I just helped him out.
That's
But
one
I
thing
shouldn't even
they
did
should've
that. I
did.
shouldn't even
That's
did
one thing
that.
they should've did. They got you on
When I
video.
realized it, I shouldn't even did that from the get go.
No, I would've never took the ticket for somebody else, no.
Nah, you ain't got no home,
He ain't gonna do it for you.
basically.
So I was just in a sticky situation where he like literally the officer was just basically talking to me, basically kept on talking to me. He said, man, just say you did it, just say you did it, just say
He
you
said
did it, just say you was driving. Yeah.
So he should be paying for all your court fees.
Yeah.
Just say, no, I ain't paying all this.
The only time I ever took something for
No, the
somebody,
officer said that.
the officer,
Oh.
yeah, officer did one of them, but it was more of a favor to my friend. It wasn't gonna get me in trouble either. He literally was like, yeah, look, man, you got your medical marijuana card, right? I was like, yeah. He like, look,
There we go.
You got a bag. And instead of me taking him to jail for the bag,
But you had a medical marijuana card, you still get in trouble?
no. My homeboy didn't have no, he didn't have a card, he had the bag in his pocket. So when they put him in the squad car, the officer came back to me like, look, you got your med card, your friend don't, look, just take your bag.
There we go. Back up.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, a big technical issue here at the court, but our top of the line IT guy's on it, but it's a hardware issue. He's working on it. But I jumped on Adapt, Improvise, and Overcome with my phone.
Ah,
So I left off with Traveris Kyrie Young.
Yes, sir. Yes.
We're turning this over to collections. You have an outstanding balance of $821. Your cell phone last 5 digits are 2581. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
And pay close attention to your cell phone when the court gets a hold of you for this payment plan. Jeffrey, do we agree?
Your Honor, I believe the amount is greater.
Well, what I have on my register of actions that ends in today's date, that's what it says, but I'm only looking at this case, okay?
According to what I'm reading, Your Honor, there's count 1 and count 2, money owed on both, on the 2605 case.
Well, again, let collections contact them. They'll bring them current with whatever's out there, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
That wraps up Mr. Young.
Have a seat.
Is he on a personal bond, Your Honor?
Yeah, $3,000 personal.
Thank you. He is working, Your Honor.
Okay. Shaquem Higgins. Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Higgins.
This is a driving while license suspended case and a drug crime. The offense date on the DWLS goes back to 2016, September 25th, City of Belleville. I'm entering a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Scheduling the matter for a pretrial to be determined. We agree, Jeffrey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Case number 16-4119. State your full name, Shaquem.
Shaquem Maurice Higgins.
Mr. Higgins, this case goes way back in time. It's in your best interest to take care of it because obviously you can tell that that warrant didn't go away, correct?
Yes, sir.
I've entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf, scheduled the matter. It's going to get scheduled for a pretrial. Your bond is $3,000 personal. Your cell phone number, last 4 digits are?
Last 4 is 0279.
And your address, where do you live?
7008 Abilene Drive, Romulus, Michigan.
I don't have a current address for Mr. Higgins, but I put it on the ROA because it's showing Metro. We're going to need a good address for him, officer that's arraigning him. And I need you to get it to the clerk here at the court. Mr. Higgins, you have a drug crime, possession of marijuana. This case was heard by one of the judges here at the court. You entered into a plea. Do we agree?
Yes, sir. It was by Judge Oakley, and I actually had already paid that.
Well, there's an outstanding balance of $60.
Okay.
It's in your best interest to pay that. You entered into a payment plan, and it looks like you missed the last payment.
Okay.
Pay it within the next 5 days.
Yes, sir.
In person at the court, by mail to the court's drop box, or online. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That wraps up Mr. Higgins, and that wraps up Van Buren for right now. Do we agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guarantee that's the clearance fee, guys. I guarantee that's the clearance fee.
All right, let's go, boys. Put you in the cell, let's figure out what's going on. Hopefully get y'all out of here.
Teresa?
Here.
I think I brought your person in. Let's hope. For some reason, I got Van Buren on here, and I want to end my Zoom. I want to end them.
Okay.
Because I
think
switched
they-
to my phone, so this is a curve for me.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't want to push any buttons.
Right. All right, I have you. I brought her in. I hope. Her last name was what? Good morning.
Okay. Somebody's saying good morning.
I can't. Her name again was Stewart?
Yes, sir. Kakima Stewart.
Katima Stewart.
I think they're trying to figure out how to get her off of mute.
Okay.
Oh, they had to call a kid in to do it. That seems familiar, like my household too.
Right.
Yeah, hey, isn't that something? That's
My
the
grandson.
new,
That's funny.
that's the new wave.
It is. Glad
All
to know
right,
I'm not the only one.
I seen somebody for a millisecond.
Okay.
Kamia Stewart.
Get in my video.
Kakima, she's on the screen.
All right, so you agree she's there. I don't see her. I only see you.
Oh, yes, I see
But
her.
again, I'm on a little tiny phone. Today's the date and time for a
If
pre-trial.
you swipe right, no, left, it may show you a different view.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I
Yeah.
got, yep. And that's your client, correct?
Yes.
All right, let me find my sheet here. And we're gonna, Miss Stewart, your attorney's present, and she's gonna put her appearance on the record.
For the record, Teresa Patton appearing on behalf of Miss Kakima Stewart, who is present on the screen.
And we're gonna put these cases out for discovery.
Yes, I received a discovery order and it's been submitted to the court this morning.
And Miss Stewart, you agree, correct?
Miss Stewart, can you hear us?
So me?
Yes.
I'm Yolanda Stevenson.
Have the wrong person.
All right, that's because they're not identified. Miss, your name again for the record?
Yolanda Stevenson.
All right. Yolanda, sit tight. We're gonna come back to you, okay? We apologize, but
All right,
that's
thank
how
you.
this goes in these
Wow.
challenging times. All right, let me go find her.
They say don't come back to me. They muted me already. They had me as somebody else the whole time.
Phone number associated with Miss Stewart is 622-6746 if you see a phone number.
622.
6746.
Okay, let me see what I can do. I gotta try to find that screen.
Okay, I'm gonna see if she's still in the waiting room.
I think I might have moved her in here.
She's there now. And her name is on there.
Okay. Miss Stewart, good morning. Al Hindman, the magistrate, just to get this taken care of, because your attorney's been here all morning, and I apologize for that, Teresa. We're gonna move, she's motioning to have these cases adjourned for discovery. You agree, correct?
Miss Stewart, can you unmute your microphone? There you go.
These cases are gonna be adjourned for discovery. They'll probably go out 3 weeks. Teresa, you're good with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and I've entered a plea of not guilty on all these and scheduled them out. That will be determined and the notice will be sent to the Parkwood address. Do we agree?
Miss Stewart, is the Parkwood address the correct address?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we're all set. Teresa, you're good?
What, you said 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks from today?
Well, whatever. I'm just shooting from the hip. I don't know what they're doing up front. Do you want more time? I can make it longer.
No, we don't. We'll just wait for the notice, Your Honor.
Okay. So that wraps up her cases.
Yes.
Thank you.
You have a good day. Teresa, thank
you.
you, and I apologize.
We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Teresa.
You're welcome.
And Judge, I'm standing in for Batar on Miss Yolanda Stevenson, the lady that you put back in the waiting room.
I'm going to come back to that in just 1 second.
Absolutely. Take your time, Judge.
I know that was the tire.
Ho, ho, ho. Is she back, Sam, or you can see her?
Yeah.
Miss Stevenson, take yourself off mute, please.
I got it. How
There
you
you
doing?
go. How are you, Miss Stevenson?
Good.
Ms. Stevenson, I spoke with your attorney, Mr. Batar. I know you guys had a talk, and there's a plea that you're going to take today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to put it on the record right now, okay?
Okay.
Angela, you're present, correct?
I'm here.
I have Yolanda Stevenson and the attorney, Samer Jahala. He's going to represent in place of the other attorney. These are driving while license suspended, failed to stop, property damage accident, and failed to stop within a sure clear distance. Today's the date and time set for a pretrial. Sam, go ahead.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Rajadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Ms. Stevenson. For purposes of today's arraignment, Your Honor, we would waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, Your Honor, Ms. Stevenson understands her rights, and he understands the rights that she's going to be waiving today by pleading guilty to 1 count of driving while license suspended and 1 count of failure to report. The other matters are being dismissed, Judge.
And Ms. Stevenson, you agree to that, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to accept your plea. At the time of the stop back on September 9th of this year, did you have a valid license?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea. Your fines and costs total $525. You can pay that within the next 5 days, correct?
No, I thought I had
All right,
agreed
hold
to.
on. Sam, I got, this whole thing is throwing me off. She's pleading guilty to driving while license suspended, correct?
Correct.
And the fail to report, correct?
Correct. So I think the failure to stop is being reduced to a failure to report.
All right, that's the one. Okay, sit tight. Let me catch up here. Okay, I'm going to dismiss the original charge and amend it to fail to report an accident. Your fines and costs on that case total $225. I'm going to turn this over to the collections department. They're going to contact you. I need contact information for you. Do you have a cell number?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
734-858-9930.
Pay close attention to your contact information because the court's going to call you and set up a payment plan, okay?
Yes, sir.
Sam, that wraps up Ms. Stevens.
Yes, sir.
And as to the civil infraction, I've dismissed it.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Pay
You're all
close
set,
attention
Steve.
to your
I'm
cell
sorry.
phone number. They'll contact you. You're all set.
You can hang up now, Ms. Stevenson. You're all set. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Angela, do you have
Okay.
Angela, do you have an offer on Ashley Wells? It's a 1030 retail fraud.
Potentially, I didn't have her CCH. I don't think there's anything on it. So if that's the case, then she can plead under 771 for 6 months.
Thank you.
Yeah. Al,
Yep.
the attorney on Dennis Todor emailed me. He's very, very patiently waiting in the waiting room.
All right. And I'm over to my phone. And
Oh, okay.
it occurred to me, so I got to find out how to get back to that room. Hold on, where everybody's
Okay.
at. Interesting. What's his name?
First name is Gabriel. The last name starts with a T, but I'm not sure how to pronounce
That's the attorney?
Yes.
And who's the defendant?
Dennis Todor, but he's not here.
Okay. So now all I have to do is get back to you guys. He should be popping in here.
Yep, he's in.
All right. So one more time on the defendant's name.
Dennis Todor. There may or may not be a copy of the plea form in the file.
I have your sheet though.
Yeah. But we signed a plea form and I emailed it to Heather on Friday.
You know what? I printed those. Let's see if I have it. Oh. Good morning. Do we see that attorney, Angela? I don't.
Yeah, he's here. Gabriel, are you connected?
Good morning, Gabriel.
I just emailed them to let him know that we're ready.
Good morning. You're muted on your end, sir, Gabriel. I think I find anybody with a headset on, it doesn't work.
Well, I heard him at first and then I don't know what happened.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Now I think I can hear you. I'm sorry.
Al Hindman, the
So
magistrate.
Gabriel Tricolescu,
Go ahead.
Gabriel Tricolescu appearing on behalf of Mr. Dennis Todor.
Okay. In today's date and time set for a pretrial, the prosecutor has made an offer in this case, and you're accepting it on behalf of your client, correct?
I am accepting that on behalf of my client, Your Honor, and I understand that the court very graciously agreed to waive my client's presence.
Okay. And we're going to dismiss the original charge of interfere with the police officer. We're going to add the count of disorderly person. Do you agree to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the fines and costs total $375, and they can be paid within the next 5 days, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
That can be paid on the court's website, in person at the court's Dropbox, or U.S. mail.
I understand. I will let my client's parents know about it, and they'll pay it right away with a credit card.
Okay, then we're all set on this case. Do we agree, Angela?
Yes.
That wraps up Dennis Trudor. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Goodbye.
Give me 1 minute. I want to see if I can go back into another environment.
We can't, oh.
All right. Sam was asking about Ashley Wells, wasn't he?
Yeah, there he is.
Sam, you were asking about Ashley Wells, correct?
I was, and I believe she's on. If you could just put us in a breakout room, I'll explain to her the plea and get back on the record.
Very good. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely.
Now that's going to be a challenge.
Yes.
Hold on.
All right, this is crazy.
All right, I'd had to transition back. The telephone's really nice, but that's definitely a curve that's not something to train on and at this time of the day in the middle of what we got going on. So I want to move Ashley to the breakout room with Sam.
Yes, please.
Sam, you're in one, right?
I believe breakout room 1. I'll go.
Yeah, I just sent Ashley there. So moving right along, if I can see my people here.
Do I even get a hello, Jeff?
He's muted. There he comes.
What'd you say, Angela?
I don't even get a hello from you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello,
I was
Angela.
offended.
I'm sorry. I was,
That's okay. I just wanted to say hi.
I miss you.
Adam.
Me too.
Al Hindman, the magistrate. Today's the date and time on a whole bunch of stuff. Do we agree?
Okay.
Angela, Adam Soroka's on your list, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to find him.
Yeah, there's two charges, one for discharging the firearm, the other for interference. There's no offer on this case.
Well, he's got some old stuff here I'll deal with in a minute, but let's get to yours.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know he had other things too.
Okay, Adam, Al Hindman, the magistrate. Sorry for the delay. It's been quite a morning with every kind of challenge we could have put before us. But we're still here and we're taking care of business. Adam, your full name for the record.
Adam Sirota.
Adam, I have two cases before the court. The prosecutor has reviewed these charges and there is no offer on this case on either one of them. Interfere with a police officer with an offense date of April 10th of this year. And on the same day to discharge a firearm in Van Buren Township, there's no offer. The only offer is to plead straight up to the charge or take it to trial. What do you want to do on this case?
Just straight up.
I'm entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf just for administrative purposes because this is the first contact that we've had with you on this case. And you're going to enter into a plea as charged, correct?
Yeah.
And you're entering into this plea freely and voluntarily, correct?
Yeah.
And this is on the discharge of firearm in Van Buren Township on April 10th. And you understand by entering into this plea, you're giving up your rights to a trial before a judge or before a jury, the right to cross-examine any and all people to testify against you, and your right to bring people forth and put them under oath to testify on your behalf. You understand that, correct?
Yep.
With all that said, tell me what happened on April 10th in Van Buren Township.
I shot a milk jug and then that was like at noon. And then the cops came at night
and I had my hands up and they kept yelling at me to get on the ground. And I just kept my hands up, and then the guy decided to tase me and then tackled me.
All right.
And
And that's when you're talking about interfere with the police officer, correct?
yeah, I wasn't interfering with anything.
Well, I'm going to accept your plea on discharging the firearm based upon your statement. Your fines and costs on that charge are $475. You can pay that in the next 5 days, correct?
Yeah,
And you're going to pay that online, in person at the court's drop box, or US mail? How are you paying it?
online,
What is your cell number?
734-795-5934.
Now on the interfere with the police officer, again, you're entering into this plea freely and voluntarily, correct?
Yeah,
You understand that by entering into a plea today to the charge as stated that you're giving up your right to a trial before a judge and before a jury, correct?
yeah,
At the time of the incident on April 10th, 8:17 p.m., tell me what happened as to interfering with a police officer.
I was standing in my backyard and they come running around the house and start screaming at me. So I just put my hands up, and the little short dude decided to tase me, and it didn't work. So he proceeded to tackle me, and then they let me go. So I don't know how that's interfering, because if I was interfering with a police officer, I would have been arrested.
Well, what I'm going to do on this charge, I'm not going to accept your plea. I'm going to let you speak to the attorney that's present. Is that Sam, you're handling these cases?
Yes, Judge. And is there an offer on Mr. Sariota?
No, there's not.
Okay.
I'll go through it real quick, Sam. He pled to discharge a firearm, and we're to the interfere with a police officer charge. I'll
Okay.
put you in room after Miss Wells.
Yes, Your Honor. We have both Miss Wells, Ashley, as well as her sister, who is also there, Alana. I was just going to ask, I've discussed with them as if the same plea was going to be offered to both. I just wanted to see if the prosecutor was willing to offer them to both, since it's the same history. They neither one of them have any record whatsoever.
That's fine, Sam.
Thank you. So we're ready on both Wells.
Okay. I'm going to put Mr. Adam Sirota in number 1.
Okay.
Adam, go to room 1. He'll be there in a minute. Sam, I have both files in front of me.
Yes, they're both on the same device, Judge. They're sharing the same device. They're together. They're sisters.
Hold on. Good morning, both Alawana, Rochelle Wells, and Ashley.
Ashley and Alana Wells. Good morning.
Right, I have both files in front of me. You have an attorney present. Sam, go ahead.
Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Mergidala, P62186, appearing on behalf both Ms. Wells. For purposes of today's arraignment, for both, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. They both understand their rights and the rights that they're waiving today by pleading guilty to 1 count of retail fraud under 771.1. Your Honor, they are prepared to take the plea and they understand the rights that they're waiving, Judge.
Both Ms. Wells, you agree to that, correct?
Yes.
How long was that for?
6 months, Judge.
Ho, ho, ho. Brief factual basis, Sam.
Isn't it true that on the time and date listed in the complaint that you guys passed point of purchase without scanning some items? Would that be correct, Mrs. Ashley Wells?
Yes.
Miss Alana Wells?
Yes.
We're satisfied, Judge.
Okay, I'm going to defer this under 771.1 for 6 months. You're to have no criminal violations in the state of Michigan. You can't violate any statutes or laws. If you make it through that with no issues, it'd be dismissed on the payment of cost of $325 each. You agree to that?
Yes.
All right. That wraps up both, well, Miss Wells.
Thank you, Judge. Miss Wells, you guys could hang up.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to the breakout room run. You're welcome.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
How long do we have to pay this?
Can you pay that in the next 5 days?
Yes, we can figure it out. Yes.
All right, pay in the next 5 days, A, at the court in person, B, at the court's Dropbox, C, US mail, or D, on the court's website.
And how much was the total?
$325 each. What's a cell phone number for you guys?
810-210-5976.
Oh, and Al, before I forget, neither Ms. Wells was processed at the time of the incident. I did prepare orders for fingerprints for both defendants.
All right, and the next thing, part of your deferment is you have to show up at the Van Buren Township Police Department to have your fingerprints done, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're all set.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hey, Judge.
Good morning.
We're ready to proceed, Judge.
This is on Sirota, correct?
Correct, Judge.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, Sam Rigidala, P62186, MIDC attorney. Your Honor, for purpose of the charge of interfering with the police, I have gone over with Mr. Sirota his rights. He does understand the rights he's waiving today by pleading guilty to 1 count of interfering with the police, Judge.
You agree, Mr. Sirota, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the attorneys explained your rights to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With that said, you're pleading guilty as charged, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
Judge.
Okay. The fines and costs on this case total $275. He can pay that in the next 5 days, Mr. Sirota?
I got the felony. Yeah, we're just waiting for Karen to do that.
I didn't hear you.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to pay that in person, court's Dropbox, by US mail, or on the court's website? How are you going to pay it?
Online.
All right. And your cell phone number is?
734-795-5934.
5934. All right, pay it in the next 5 days on both these cases, 275 on the interfere with the police officer.
You needed an emergency ballot for the election.
Oh, no.
You're good, okay.
475 discharge of firearm. You have a question?
Yeah, what were the 2 fines total? What was the fines? The cost?
475 on the discharge of firearm and 275 on the interfere with the police officer.
Okay.
it's brought to my attention on the file here, there's a case update that you have outstanding warrants for retail fraud and jostling. Just so you know, I don't have those cases in front of me.
In jostling? Where's
If you
that?
want to stay online, why don't you stay online so we can try to figure this out, and I'll have a clerk go pull these and we'll figure out what it is, okay?
Mr. Sirota also does need to be processed on those charges.
Okay, and Mr. Sirota, you're going to need to go to the Van Buren Township Police Department and be fingerprinted on the discharge of firearm and interview with the police officer. But stand by and let me have these cases looked at so you know what's going on, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sam, that wraps up Mr. Sirota, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Is there anybody else in the waiting room?
I think, believe it or not, that's it.
But I still have all of these reports left.
I know.
You can have them, Angela. You can have them.
We had like very low success rate this morning.
I'm gonna bring Adam back. I have his other cases right here. I'm not even.
Are those mine or are those someone else's? The jostling doesn't
Warrant status on already adjudicated cases.
All right. So would you need me for those,
My last guy.
Judge?
Since like 10:45, she gets kicked out a little bit ago.
I don't see her.
I know, but she's-
No, we lost the internet.
Yeah.
Can you bring her, tell her to come back?
Come back in?
Yeah, here, Heather, can you? There's arraignments in here, but I think. There's some. All right, Adam. You're back, correct?
Yep.
I have before me a probation file that you were charged with prescription fraud and disorderly person. But I gotta look at this. This case goes back to 2019. You pled guilty in front of Judge Green. They reduced a prescription fraud to a disorderly person. You remember that case?
Okay. Yeah.
Outstanding balance 540 on that case. We have another retail fraud case that occurred in Belleville back on September 17th of 2019. Outstanding balance 954. What is your cell number again?
734-795-5934.
All right, hold on. And your address?
47624 West Heron River Drive.
All right, I'm good at that. Give me that cell number again.
734-795-5934.
Get a pen ready.
Yep.
734-941-4462. Right over the recording, press 217. That's the probation department. Tell them you have this outstanding case and then what do you have to do to become current?
Okay. What was the number again?
734
Yep.
941 4462. Right over the recording, press 217. Tell
Okay.
them who you are and that you have an outstanding case with warrant. And what do you have to do to make it current? I'm going to pull the warrant back for now, but you have
Okay.
to call between now and 3:00 today.
Okay.
And set up a payment plan and talk to probation, okay?
All right. We'll do that.
Hold on, that's that case. That's your retail fraud case. Same thing with the prescription fraud case. Call probation and say, hey, I have this case. What do I have to do to make it current? Besides
Okay.
pay it. Angela, there's a lost soul out there.
Okay,
Your bond on this prescription fraud case is $3,000 personal. Warrant's going back in if you don't call by 3 o'clock.
Okay.
What's your cell number again?
734-795-5934.
All right, you're all set. Call the court.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Angela, our lost person is, and I don't see her.
oh,
I'm cool to leave.
Clerks come down here. My clerks come down here and they say, hey, you know, this lady's been there forever.
Yes, you can leave, sir. You're all good.
Okay, thanks.
and then you try to bring them in and they don't want to see us?
We look and they're not there. Like we're messing with them when our whole objective is to take care of business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I thought she said her name was Wells.
Was it not the wells we just did?
Yeah, that's probably who it is. By the time Heather walked down here, we did her, right?
Was there another wells on the docket? No, those are the only two wells that we had. Was
We
those two
did them,
sisters?
right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the two sisters.
Yeah, we did both the sisters. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote. What time is it?
It's 11:25.
Oh, we still got a whole bunch of time to do a whole bunch more cases.
Yes, we do.
So I think that's it for now. Everybody can take a break. Wait a little bit longer and then that'll be it.
All right, just text me if you guys need me, okay?
All right, brother.
I'll be here.
I'll take you one word, tonight's match. Mhm.